Hello humans and pets. Today we're back at Krispy Kreme snacks. We're going to be doing Crullers. We got 5 boxes, including one limited edition one. We're just going to try them. They're Crullers. They're perfectly sized for coffee dunking, breakfast enjoying, and anytime snacking. I don't even know what they are, but we're just
it goes along with when they came out with the donuts. They also had these, but the store never seemed to have these. And then when we went, bam, they had them all. So I picked them all up. The only one they didn't have was the lemon, but we went back and we had found them. And the lemon one, like, someone tore open and it looked like they ate like half the bar.
Yeah, so somebody really enjoyed the Crullers.
They were in the store. So pick a flavor and let's start with it. You want to start with your limited edition?
Start with this one.
Original Glaze.
Yeah, right. This is what a Cruller is, I guess. I don't know what a Cruller is.
Honestly,
they're mini Crullers.
It's a little. It looks like a donut with a hole in it. I don't know. I didn't know either, to be honest with you. I should have you open these. You're so good at. Ooh, they are little ones.
Yeah. Here is a Cruller.
This is not what I expected. I actually expected like bigger ones. All right. All right, so original glazed. So we just cut one in half.
Nah.
So we're not eating 100 of them?
I say we just eat them.
I know you do. I didn't want to. Now, the good thing about a Krispy Kreme donut is it's super light and airy. The bad thing about these Crullers is just that. Did you see what he just did? Mr. I don't need a plate. You see how they taste like a stale donut? No. We had a whole argument how he doesn't need a plate because he doesn't make a mess. But these are dry.
I said I make
donut.
more of a mess with a plate. And that's
yeah, I mean,
I miss more.
If you compare these to, what was it, Hostess? They used to have the ones with the powder and the thing.
I hate those.
These aren't any better. That one was not much better. Like, what were the ones you could?
It was very dry.
Wow, very dry. I'm gonna have to. These things are like supersized. I can't even get. We're gonna do it like this.
Now, what's the serving size? 2 Cruller donuts. They're called donuts.
Can we just break one in half?
No.
I don't want a whole one.
What is this? Blueberry?
It's a blueberry. Oh!
You just crawled everywhere.
Jeez.
Oh no.
Now, when we found the donut holes were in the freezer the first time we bought them.
Yeah.
And then these were just on the counter.
This is a muffin.
They're not horrible. It just tastes kind of like a stale donut. Kind of like Dunkin'.
Yeah. Tastes like Dunkin'. Which one's better?
They're heavier than I thought it was going to be. I like the blueberry better than the glazed.
Me too. When
you say Krispy Kreme, I think more light and airy. These taste more like a regular donut. You know what I mean? Again, they're not bad. If I was a donut person, I can't believe I can't open these. Like, they have these things are like airtight super glue. No, it's just gonna make a big mess. Really? Like, these are like super.
So far, it's a no from me.
Ooh, this one, that's a super honey glazed.
Is it honey?
Oh, they're all like that. This one is lemon.
Lemon.
So far I put blueberry.
Lemon's on top. Lemon wins.
You think so?
I'm a big lemon guy.
Yeah, me too, but it kind of tastes like Pledge.
Like a hand soap?
Nope. It tastes so much like an artificial lemon to me. I don't think I like it. Let me try the glazed again. These are just, look at how flaky. Like, these are so, yeah, it's almost like when you get a 2-day-old donut. You know what I mean? They're not bad. They just lost their prime. Let me go back to the. No. I usually like lemon. To me, right now, it's going blueberry, original, lemon. I got lemon dead last.
I'm gonna say lemon's the best.
It's that whole pledge-like thing that's going on.
I like it.
You're entitled to your opinion. I'm done with even trying this. They have such a vacuum seal on these things.
They guaranteed fresh.
They don't even, you're not opening them. You think they would have made it.
Maybe
These smell the best right now.
Well, it's chocolate.
Yeah.
Maybe they learned from the person who opened the box.
Well, no, the problem with that being, you think they would have got the air out or something so it stayed fresher.
They want chocolate.
I knew you were going to say that because it's chocolate, but it's the freshest tasting donut. Like
They're all super fresh tasting. They just have a flakier texture. And I think this is the most dry donut I've ever eaten in my life. This is awful.
No. I like the flavor though.
It's gonna dry, and I can't eat them though.
Honestly, with this one, I would put this as my top one. Only because when you get like donut holes, if you want to come up, come on.
Chocolate's the worst.
No, I like the chocolate ones. Chocolate with the chocolate fries. I like them.
The best.
Jelly's not. Come on. If you want to come up, come up.
This is not it.
I can't believe I bought all of these
Cinnamon coffee cake?
because I don't know who's going to eat them.
You want me to get the other thing we're going to throw in?
No, I don't. No.
It's going to be like the world's fastest review.
This is no, it's not.
Only like 6 minutes in.
We're not, Ryan.
This is cinnamon coffee cake. I was gonna throw in a surprise.
We might have to send these away.
Yeah, we're giving these as like gifts.
They're just.
This is the least dry one.
Ben, come over here. You can come up and say hi.
I wish it was cinnamon apple. Why coffee cake?
Well, because that's what they call the little cake you make. Come on. Did you used to get at Boy Scouts all the time? They call that a coffee cake in the morning. The morning breakfast bread, they called it.
Yeah, I know what a coffee cake is. But
Well, because it tastes like that. Because you eat it with a coffee.
I think you're supposed to eat all of these with a coffee.
Well, if you did, it
That's
would
what
be
it
so
says
much better.
For coffee,
honestly.
Dunkin', but we don't got coffee.
This would be.
And I don't want to go to Dunkin'.
This would be so much better if you. It can't be saying Dunkin'. Krispy Kreme competes with them.
The coffee Dunkin', like Dunkin' coffee.
Oh, Dunkin' coffee. Well, I was gonna say you can't have.
I don't want to go to Dunkin' to get coffee. Like, that was like the.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I don't. No.
Right.
They can't be. They're not gonna say Dunkin' Donuts. They're
Dunkin'
Krispy
makes
Kreme.
coffee.
Okay.
This is
very
for
good.
coffee Dunkin'. We don't have coffee, and I don't want to drive to Dunkin'.
It's a terrible joke, no matter how many times you say it.
Because Dunkin', I think it's good.
No.
Leave a comment down below. I think
Terrible
that
joke.
was perfect.
Overall, if you're a donut person, now, do you the receipt's still over there? I forget what I paid for them. I want to say they were like $4. I think that's your receipt. The other one is mine. As far as donuts go, again, you're looking at the wrong one.
I realize.
But you're still looking at it. It's the wrong one.
No, it's not. $4.14.
$4.14 a box. Now, how many were in the box? Is
6 servings, so like
12 ounce donuts. But how many donuts? It must
12.
say. It says 12 of them?
There's 6 servings, and the serving size is 2 donuts. 6 times 2 is 12.
Does it have a number on there without you just making stuff up?
I'll show them.
As long as it says how many. There's got to be at least, it looks like a dozen in there.
That's how math works.
But, so 12 donuts for $4 isn't outrageous, but they're, or Crullers. I mean, they're not bad. They're too dry for me. What did we pay when we went to Walmart? We bought their day-old donuts. When you bought like tons of them.
Like a buck?
We bought like every donut, remember, in the store?
No, like 50-cent donuts, but I think they were a buck when we got them.
You know what I'm saying, right? We bought all the boxes.
Because like $3 a dozen.
Yeah.
Or like half dozen.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I personally would never buy them again. We still have the donut holes in the freezer downstairs because Ryan doesn't want to eat them for some reason. So I was I don't even know what made me buy these other than the fact that we were looking for something new to do and they finally showed up at the store. So I was like, all right, let me get all of these. And that's why I bought them. Figuring. I didn't realize there was 12 in a box though. So.
How do you like chocolate the best?
I do. I just like that flavor. I think they're all dry, all of them. They wouldn't be bad with a coffee because you could wash it down with coffee.
They've coated my mouth.
I like the chocolate donut flavor. I always have. Like if you get the chocolate, when you get the little minis there, or you get the full size one. That if it's not chocolate covered, which was usually my favorite, I would like. I actually used to like. We used to have a donut place by our house, like not Dunkin' Donuts, an actual like donut shop. Like they made cakes, they made breads, they like what do you call that? A deli?
Bakery?
A bakery.
A deli?
I couldn't think of bakery. I really couldn't think of that. Well, they actually had one in the center of our town. So, like when you would go in there, and they made fresh ones for the diner that was right next door to it. So we would go in, and my grandfather, I told you, used to get a corn muffin. Like the thing was like the size, so I would get a blueberry muffin. And like it was literally huge. Yeah. Like, of course, I was a kid, so it was like the size of my head, you know. And but they also had like apple-filled donuts. Like they had like the apple. Oh, they were so. I used to like those because it was like eating an apple pie, but it was a donut. You know what I mean? It was just so. Everything was really fresh. It was like a jelly-filled one, but it had the apple and cinnamon flavor in it. Correct. And so good, so good. But anyways. That was growing up. So, you know, this doesn't compare. I don't know what even got me, why I started. What did you?
These don't taste fresh, which I disagree with. I think they're fresh. I just think it's supposed to be enjoyed eating a different way. It does say you can eat it anytime snacking or breakfast enjoying, but
they're not fresh, Ryan. It fell apart when you grabbed them.
I think that's what it's supposed to be.
No, trust me. Ryan's never actually had Krispy Kreme donuts.
I'm talking Crullers. I don't know what a Cruller is.
Krispy Kreme makes some of the lightest,
I'm not talking,
fluffiest donuts. A Cruller is just a donut with a hole in it. That's the shape.
I'm pretty sure
that's
that donuts already have holes in it, though.
No, I'm talking about like that. You see with the little ridges? That's a Cruller. That's
I think Crullers are meant for coffee Dunkin', though. And we didn't coffee it. So they were just trash. I'm not a fan at all. I did not enjoy it whatsoever.
No, they're. I wouldn't recommend anyone get them unless you're a true donut lover
and Cruller lover.
Or Cruller
you gotta
lover.
love Crullers in order to.
I mean, I guess they're good for a grab and go, but you know, I'm thinking in my head, I don't know
this
how much
like
they
graduation.
Do you remember when you were a kid and we buy like the bag of like chocolate donuts or the bag of powdered donuts?
Yeah, those were so bad.
Were they bad? Worse than these?
I absolutely. I think that's one snack that if you give me one, I would turn it down. Like I would not even look at it. I thought of doing it as a review, but that's no. Because I
haven't had them as a kid. Because as a kid, every once in a while, if we didn't go to the bakery,
people love them.
My mother would buy like the three-way donut. So you had the plain, you had the cinnamon, and you had the powder. You know what I mean? And of course, the last one would be the plain because nobody wanted just a plain donut. And then, I mean, these are okay. I think when you used to eat the honey buns, they stayed more moist and they were softer.
I think just the item.
Why'd you say honey buns? Yeah.
So
I'm asking you
supposed to be moist
because I think
Crullers are supposed to be dry. So when you dip it,
nobody wants a dry donut.
That's the thing. I don't understand what's going on.
No.
But these are miles above the stupid powdered ones in the bag.
See, I don't remember him. That's why I was asking him if he remembers them. I don't eat donuts, but I used to like every once in a while grab a chocolate one. Like if you got the bag of chocolates,
they're so big that you can only fit one in your mouth. and then it's so dry that it just doesn't leave. It's just stuck there. You just sit there with.
Are these better or worse than the donut holes? Like
These are worse because it's larger, and they're drier. The other ones were good.
And it's weird because we had the other ones in the freezer. In fact, we still have.
I think some of the flavors in the other ones are trash.
And but they seemed more moist. These are definitely on the dry side. Yeah. I'm not a fan. So there you go. We'll keep this short and sweet, even though we just ate 400 donuts. So here are the Krispy Kreme mini Crullers, and try them if you want. Leave a comment down below if you've had them.
Open and let the smiles begin.
They've been out for a little while, but again, we couldn't find the Crullers or if there was like one box, one flavor. And it just so happened when I went the other day, like they had every flavor on the shelf, and I was like, oh, I really don't want to buy these because I'm gonna have to eat them.
Except lemon, because lemon.
Well, they had lemon on there, but again, someone tore into it.
I don't think they could have opened the bag though.
They did.
The bag?
It was open.
Yeah, the box might have been.
No, and the bag was open. There was donuts out of it.
You don't think they got stumped at the bag?
No, you could open the bag. You
You
probably pulled out their switchblade and zipped it. You know what I mean?
You need it. Don't expect to like. You gotta like sit down and like practice for.
Well, I didn't want to rip open the bag like he did with the cereal and have it go psh, donuts flying everywhere and stuff like that. So, all right, we'll leave it at that. There you go. There is the Krispy Kreme. You know, if they were soft and fresh like a Krispy Kreme donut, I would have said go out and get it. But they're not. They're heavy like a regular donut, and they're
round.
They're just really not that good. They're like a box donut.
It's almost to the point of being those bagged powdered ones, which some people
they weren't worse than the Dunkin' Donut ones we had. That one time
I think
when we had the when you remember we got the raspberry Dunkin' Donut or whatever was eating the stuff he dropped on the floor. But because they taste like honestly they weren't as good as the day old donuts we got at Walmart. Those at least were those were at least fresh. These taste like 2 to 3 day old donuts. That's what it reminds me. They taste
fresh. It's just they're super dry and the texture.
I don't know how we can say that. Taking culinary arts. How do you have a bake shop? And if you were to serve a cookie that fell apart on your plate, are you going to tell me that's properly cooked? That's fresh.
This is properly cooked.
It's not fresh. It's not fresh. If you would have got that straight out of the fryer later and threw it in your face, it would have been soft. It would have been moist. These were dry and stale and flaky.
Well, normally we bake at donuts.
Again, he wants to play. This is how he's been all day. He's playing devil's advocate.
I'm gonna say
it's not fresh.
I think it's meant to be dipped into coffee, so I think it's purposely dry, so that way when you dip it into the coffee, it doesn't melt inside of the coffee.
2 years of culinary arts.
So that's my theory behind it.
Well, your theory sucks because nobody wants a dry donut that's gonna flake and dip and drop all your crumbs into a coffee. Nobody wants that.
Moist, it'll melt and fall apart.
Nobody wants to dip into a donut and have it fall into the coffee because it's falling apart.
Who's gonna dip one of these into coffee to begin with? That's like extra steps.
That's what people do. Dip and do. You don't want to Reddit. Dip it with a coffee. Get your Dunkin'. Oh, funny joke.
Coffee Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Dunkin', coffee, you know, like coffee Dunkin' Donuts.
Leave a comment down below.
Dunkin' Donuts got better donuts than this.
He's obviously had a sugar high over here. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So
I haven't ate nothing except like turkey and
All right.
hot dogs.
If these are your favorite, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. That's it.
They're not your favorite.
They might be. Someone might love them.
You're lying to yourself if you said these.
Maybe if you know what, honestly, if you have had these and they were actually fresh, you've seen how flaky ours are. They're stale and they're old. So maybe we just got a bad batch. If you guys had these,
they can't be stale with vacuum sealed bags.
If you guys had these and they were actually fresh, leave a comment down below because these are like 3 day old donuts. You saw how they flaked apart. Donuts aren't supposed to do that. You've had good donuts.
I think that's what these are supposed to do.
There you go. That being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.